Good morning, YouTube. It's Saturday morning, and we got a couple service calls to go on, and I should be able to take y'all along for the ride. This first one we're gonna go on is a Amana split system on a church that my dad put in when I was, okay, if y'all all know, I used to work for my dad when he was co-owner of another
28 west toward LA1, then continue on
plumbing,
Fulton Street.
Heating and air company. But I left for about a year and went to work for another heating and air company here in town. And they put this system in while I was gone.
Continue on Fulton Street.
And like most of Dad's customers, they followed us when we left that other company. I went out there yesterday.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Huffman Street.
If this GPS will shut up, maybe I can talk to y'all. I went out there yesterday. They said nothing was coming on. So there's a disconnect in the closet where the air handler sits. It's a breaker disconnect. And the breaker was tripped. I didn't have a breaker on the truck, and I told him to go ahead and get an electrician out there to come change the breaker. So I think he did, and so we did that. The thermostat was in delay. The system kicked on, the blower motor kicked on, and it's always a good idea when you do something like that to go check both pieces of equipment, make sure everything's operational. So we walked outside, and the condenser fan motor was not running. So I checked the capacitor's good. So that means the motor's bad, and also I took a screwdriver and spun the blade, and the motor's just locked up. So these Goodman and Amana units are just killing me. I'm so done with freaking Goodman, man. I'm just disgusted with them. But anyway, so we're not far from that job site. We'll be pulling up here shortly, and then we're gonna go see about a York package unit that was also installed by my father while I was away. My dad was selling York and Amana at the same time. He would just kind of, pick and choose on the situation.
In half a mile, turn left onto Huffman Street.
On which system he was going to sell at that time. He'd sell a little bit of Amana, a little bit of York. So, anyway, we're going to go see about this Amana, and then we'll go see about that York package unit. Alright guys, we got the disconnect pulled. Start pulling the top off of it. Alright guys, this is a 2-speed fan motor. You can see here this relay, which you have a low speed here, which is the red one, and then you have your high speed here, which is your black wire. Then you have your start wire and your common. This is a 14 seer, that's why it's got a 2-speed motor on it. So basically we'll unwire it, and then we'll remove the top and proceed to replace the motor. This has a 70 plus 5 microfarad capacitor. The capacitor checked out yesterday, so I'm not going to change the capacitor. And I know you'll hear a lot of guys say, oh yeah, every time you change a motor you got to change the capacitor, and that is very true, but why would I change out a capacitor that's putting out a full 5 microfarads? That's a waste of a capacitor. And the hermetic side is putting out a full 70. So there is very truth to that, but there's also the truth that if you're putting out the required microfarads and the motor calls for those microfarads, there is no reason to replace the capacitor. Alright guys, what I like to do is come set the motor assembly on my tailgate here and swap it out, and you can see it's a little tight. It's not completely free, so we're gonna loosen the set screw here. I like to take the set screw all the way off. Some people just loosen it. I prefer to take it all off. And then just put it to the side right here. And the blade slid down already, so this one, and we got a little bit of rust right there. So what we'll do is we'll take some Aerocoil and sit that in there, and then I'll take it in the hole that the set screw goes in, let it soak in there, let that sit for just a second, kind of loosen it up a little bit. Sometimes you got to use a wrench to get past these rust spots. As you see, it does want to slide down. So here's another trick you can do. Went and got a piece of sandpaper out my torch. And you can sand that rust down. And then you can lube it up again with the Croil. And just like that, your blade comes off. Now keep in mind that doesn't always work. And when that doesn't work, you got to pull out the fan blade puller. Now we'll spin it over. Take the Amana tag off. These oddball nut drivers are very good for situations like this. On condenser fan motors, most of them are, I think, yeah, this is an 11/32. It fits right on there. Nice and easy. There you go. And just like that, we have this old rusty GE fan motor taken off. Here's our new motor. I'm willing to bet it's not going to be a GE. If I had to bet, it's probably going to be a Gentech. So let's see. All right, I was very wrong. It's definitely not a Gentech. It is a Zahongsen, or however you say that. So we all know that that is Chinese, as Zach would say, fresh off the boat from China. This is the OEM motor for this unit. I like to put the OEM motors on. A lot of guys don't believe in that, but I am a very big believer in going back with the OEM fan motors. To me, they just seem to perform better when you do it that way. If the unit's not terribly old, of course. Of course, you can't always use the OEM motor, but on something new like this, I will always use the OEM motor. And to be completely honest with you, they're not that much more expensive than the universal ones that we carry on the truck. Plus, it makes for a much easier installation because it's OEM replacement, and it's the right part for that particular unit. So. And as you can see, that one spins much, much more freely. All right, guys, we'll meet y'all back at the unit. What's nice about the Amanas is they have this hard top here, and you don't have to take that this whole piece down here off. Because on Goodman you do have to do that, and the Goodman ones like to flop, and it's a bitch to get back on. Feeding these wires, these condenser wires, through the control panel on Goodman and Amana can be a pain in the ass too. Now I'm gonna have to find something to prop that up with so I can get my hands on the wires.
If he came down from the mountain and asked you right now,
one more. Alright guys, we have common, start, low speed, and high speed. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 2 speed taps. Our high speed tap goes right here on the relay. And our low speed tap goes right here on the relay. And then normal Goodman brown will go to the fan side of the capacitor, and then common will go to the common side of the capacitor. And that's it. All I gotta do is pop the little Amana thing back on there and start the system up. I don't know if it's calling for cool or not, but we'll find out. So I'm gonna pop the Amana thing back on there. I'm gonna put some zip ties on these wires and clean that up, and then we'll start it up. It's very important that you bundle all these wires together as best you can, and you don't want them flopping all over the unit. It's just laziness and makes everything look a lot neater. Alright, we're going to see if she'll start. There we go. That's much better. That sound that you hear, that's there's some shit growing in this unit because we're surrounded by all this crap right here, and now I think the fan blade's touching it. But now the fan motor is working again, and I am happy, and I'm sure that the church will be happy. Oh, there it goes. It must have cut it off. All right. Well, guys, that's all it is to changing a condenser motor. I've never done that much of an in-depth video before, so hopefully you guys like it. Let me know if you do like it. Now we're going to head over to the York package unit. I'm going to go ahead and check pressures on it and all that good stuff just to make sure everything is where I expect it to be, but I'm not going to film that. We've all seen that, so that'll do it for the Amana. All right, guys. So we got that Amana up and running. And we're going to go to this York package unit now, which is not far away, about a 5 to 7 minute drive from this location. And see what they have going on. So we'll see y'all when we get there. Guys, here's our York package unit. R410A, micro channel, condenser coil. And if you look right here, you should be able to see what I see. Looks like a big oil spot. And I mean, it's not that low, but it is a little low on refrigerant. So I'm gonna put the H10 on there and see if it screams off, and then this micro channel's all dirty too. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, these leaks are very small. And there's another one right here. There it goes. There's a real good one right there. And then there's one down here. So there's 3 good leaks I found so far. Alright, guys, well, we're leaving this job where the York package unit is. Really wasn't much more I could film. To make a long story short, we had 3 spots leaking, and I even found a 4th one that was really small. My leak detector barely picked it up, but I could see the oil. So basically, and it's micro channel, so there you go again for anybody out there that supports the micro channel. And you know, York, if you're watching this video, y'all are doing a great job with y'all's units, let me tell you. So there's another micro channel of technically mine that I have to change out again. So Monday we will order the coil because they're not going to have it in stock, and we'll come replace it. That's all we can do. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the videos. Just another Saturday of summertime service calls. So, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.